Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the Inside Spurs channel. Happy Sunday morning. Hope you're well. Hope you're not too hungover. I know who you are. Hope you're obviously going to look forward to a good day. It's been a good day of football yesterday. It was quite weird. The games looked quite poor, but obviously a lot that came out of yesterday. And obviously good news to hear about the Luton captain being responsive after the cardiac arrest. But obviously lots of good football today. You've also got Liverpool Man United. That's a big old game. Looking forward to watching that. But anyway, we're talking Spurs and we are talking Santiago Giménez, a guy that I've probably spent hours talking about, to be honest. Someone that you're probably sick of me talking about him. I'm probably a little bit sick of talking about him, but we're talking about him anyway today because we've got a bit of a promising update. You have to wait and see on that one. And then also we do have a new report on Spurs and Arthur Vermeeren, kind of interesting on that one as well, actually. You'll have to wait and see on that one. Just want to say, if you're new, subscribe. You're very much welcome to join us for the journey. And we're going to jump in with Santiago Giménez. So it came from Team Talk. And it was a good article. And they put out that Tottenham are tipped to go all out for €60 million Santiago Giménez in 2024. But any move will likely have to wait until the summer, with Ange Postecoglou prioritising two other deals in January. I don't think anyone here, I don't think we would expect it to be January. We would just wish it was January, if you know what I mean. It's that optimism and realism. Optimism, January. Realism, summer. You all right? So when I went into the article, I'll read you a little bit more about it. Yeah, the headline on this bit of the article says, Tottenham not put off by €60 million Santiago Giménez valuation. And it says, now, according to reports, Levy and Postecoglou have decided between them that Gimenez is their top choice to step into the Kane role in their side. Final will not let their brilliant striker leave without a fight, though, and are reportedly demanding a whopping 51.6 million or €60 million for his signature. Nonetheless, while Spurs are seemingly happy to meet that asking price, it appears a January move for the 24 times capped Mexican international is unlikely to go through in the January window, with the summer approach seems far more likely. I don't think that's going to shock you, to be honest. It didn't shock me when I read it. I think we can all admit we still need a striker. We like Son, but also we can still see Son being a really effective left winger, which is where he's played his whole career. But, can fill in for striker every now and then. But also, it gives Son a bit more rest time that we don't, especially next season when, if we are playing 2 or 3 times a week and Son is 31, 32, we could do with giving Son maybe the midweek game off and saying, hey, you're playing Sunday and you're playing Saturday, or you're playing Sunday, you're playing Sunday. We're going to give you a bit of rest, We don't know what's going to happen with Richarlison coming forward. Because, look, we're September, with 17th of December. Obviously, I don't see him moving in January. I see him, if he was to move, it would be the summer. But if Richie turns out from now onwards, in theory, the next game played out on the 23rd, it's quite a big game for Richie. It's Everton at home. If we continue this momentum where he does get goals and things like that, as much as you might say you want a striker, if he's popping up with the goals, you might sit there and go, might not need a striker. We might want to just surround him and Son and Valise with a lot more options to keep feeding them the ball. Which I don't hate that idea, but let's say Richie is to stay in January, which I do think so, unless we get a crazy offer. Which if we do, then we'll probably accelerate that sort of deal into the winter because we'll have to replace him. But I think in the summer you can probably say you still fetch good money from Saudi Arabia for Richarlison. That would virtually cover Gimenez. I'm not surprised we're still linked with Gimenez. I still think we'll be linked with Gimenez quite heavily through January, if I'm honest. I still think there'll be reports, and maybe it is a report that's sort of been drummed up by his own agent to kind of get him a new deal, get him a pay bump to the end of the season before he moves. But it also could be, and this is how I always think about the chances, it could be also a club wanting to unsettle him. It could be a rival team in the Eredivisie. It doesn't have to be Spurs, it could be a rival team. But I do think Gimenez is someone that we're going to be knocking on the door of in the summer. But if we do want him, I do see him having a bit of a market. So we're going to have to be on it, to be honest. Let's talk Arthur Vermeeren. Now, in this, we've talked about Arthur Vermeeren, the midfielder from the Belgian midfielder, sorry, from Royal Antwerp. Really exciting player. I really like the look of him, to be fair. I really, really do. And he'd gone a little bit quiet on Arthur Vermeeren. A lot of these deals, it had gone a little bit quiet, and I was a bit not nervous or anything like that. But I was wondering, as to why it has gone so quiet. So when we look at Arthur Vermeeren, yes, could it be a situation where we get him in the summer? Could be a situation now. I don't know. But to give you what Knor said, he said that Arsenal and Tottenham plan to check the condition of Antwerp's 18-year-old Belgian defender, Arthur Vermeeren. So, I was just looking at Antwerp's season so far. I mean, they are fourth at the moment. I mean, they are 11 points behind first at the moment. So, not out of the title race, not by a long shot, but, probably not in the title race, if I'm honest, Just have a look. I mean, they finished last in their Champions League group, which is a bit of a shame, to be fair. Because I think when they played in their last Champions League game, they won 3-2 at home against Barcelona, which is obviously a brilliant result for them. It's a shame they finished last in their group. But if I remember correctly, Arthur Vermeeren, and by the way, I know in the Ekram Knor report there, it says defender. He's a midfielder. He's a defensive midfielder, sort of 6 or 8 role. I believe Arthur actually did get man of the match, so a very good game against Barcelona. I was a bit surprised, actually. They beat Barcelona. It was a bit of a weird one. I think VAR was involved in that game quite heavily and things like that. But look, we need midfielders. Is it Kenneth Taylor? Is it Arthur Vermeeren? Is it Conor Gallagher? We're not. I really don't know. I really, really don't know, because we need midfielders. Bissouma. Ironically, Bissouma being suspended now, he misses Everton, he misses Brighton. I can't remember the game after that. I'm not too bothered about the game after that. I think Spurs might even say to Mali, don't call him up for 2 more days, because then that's his last suspension day, and then he comes back after that and he's all good to play again. You could see that being a little wink, wink, nudge, nudge deal between Mali and Spurs. Because they have a 2-week window before AFCON to call up their players. If there's a game where it's like, this is when we'd call them up, and then it's like a day or 2 later, Spurs might go, oi, sort us out, come on. They might sit out, maybe, I don't know. I doubt it, but you never know. We have Sarr there still, we have Højbjerg, Skip, Lo Celso, Kulusevski. We have still quite a few options now. But let's just be honest, in about 2 weeks' time, we'd lose another one of those options since Sarr. We're not going to have, we're still not going to be having Bentancur now for at least still a couple of months. You're going to need another midfielder. Unless there's someone in the youth team that's going to blow away Ange, you're going to need another midfielder massively. And when you look at the centre-back position, we still need another one there. We still need an attacker. And that's what Team Talk, when I was talking about the article with Santiago Giménez, they talked about other positions needing work, and it would be the centre-back and striker area. And I do have updates on some of those positions. Definitely the centre-half position. You're going to want to wait and see. But anyway, guys, at the end of the video, I hope you did enjoy it. Drop a like on the video if you did. Hit me in the comment section below your thoughts and feelings about Santiago Giménez, maybe a summer move. And also Arthur Vermeeren, would he be a guy that you're interested in? Subscribe to the channel if you're new and hit the bell notification for more. But anyway, guys, that's the end of the video, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care, guys.